Hello everyone, welcome to Come Sit at My Table. We are Tom and Melissa, and we're really happy that you've joined us for this video. It is summer, in fact, we're up into summer, and produce, fruits, and vegetables are plentiful everywhere. This is the time of year that you can find some really good deals and lots of nice produce. Especially at your farmers markets, they will have lots of fresh vegetables out of gardens and things that are really good to put on your table. And one of the things that farmers seem to always have an abundance of is zucchini. Now, if you've ever grown zucchini like we have, you know that just one or two plants will feed your entire neighborhood. It's amazing how these things produce. So today we are going to use a zucchini to make zucchini bread. Now, as you can see here, this is not a huge zucchini. This is an 8-inch, and you can see that it's not very big as far as the diameter, because this is the stage where they are the most tender and the most flavorful. They have not developed the huge seeds like they will later on. So if you're going to a farmer's market or to a grocery store to pick out zucchini, look for a zucchini that's about 8 inches long and not too big around, because you want something flavorful and tender. Let's talk about what you need to make this zucchini bread. And you'll probably have everything you need except maybe the zucchini, and you can find that just about anywhere this time of year. To make our zucchini bread, you're going to need 4 eggs. I'm using extra large eggs, but large is fine. But, you know, the bigger they are, the richer your bread. So I'll use extra large. You need 3 cups of granulated sugar, just regular white sugar. You're going to need 1 cup of oil. You can use whatever oil you like best. I like canola, but you use your favorite oil. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of water. And our oven is warm, it's hot. So 3/4 cup of water. You're also going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And into that flour, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And we're just going to put all that in and whisk that up just so there's no lumps of any of the spices in our mix. We just want that stirred in well. All right, besides those things, you're also going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You're going to need a zucchini, about an 8-inch zucchini that has been grated on a box grater. And that's what I've done here. I took another zucchini and just grated it up. You can see it just kind of makes fine shreds out of it, but that's what you want.
You peel it first? You
do not peel it. If you get them when they're this size, the peel is very tender and it's got lots of vitamins and nutrients in it. So do not peel it. Make sure you wash it, of course. You want to scrub that really well. Make sure you know, if it comes from a farmer's market or something, it's probably not been cleaned since it was picked in the field. So just make sure you wash it really well and then grate it up. And then finally, you need 1 cup of crushed pineapple with juice. Now, you can get the crushed pineapple that's in its own juice or in heavy syrup. I'm using crushed pineapple in its own juice. We're putting 3 cups of sugar in this. We don't need the heavy syrup. So I'm just using regular crushed pineapple in its own juice. Now, we're going to make this really quick because it's so easy. It's really dump in, stir together, and bake. So we're going to start with our flour and spice mixture. We're just going to put that into our mixer bowl. By the way, you could easily do this by hand. If you don't have a mixer, just get a whisk and whisk this together and it will work perfectly. You don't have to worry about having a mixer. On top of that, we're going to put our sugar. We're going to put our water. Then we'll add in our oil and our 4 eggs. All right, that all goes in and gets mixed in together. I'm just going to put my shield on there to kind of prevent any splashing or minimize the splashing. Sometimes there's just no way to prevent it. So I'll turn it on. Oh, thank you for locking that down. Melissa's always the one that remembers that. I never remember to lock it down. I don't know why, but I cannot remember that.
It's nice to have a little job, right?
Yeah, everybody needs a job. So, oh, okay. There we go. And you can see that comes together really fast. Now, once we get it stirred in together, I'm going to just make sure it's scraped down around the edges. Even though I do have my scraper blade on, I just want to make sure there. Use your finger, Tom. That's why you've got them. Okay. And we'll beat that one more time. And then we're going to stir in by hand our zucchini and our pineapple. You could mix it up if you want to. You could use the mixer to do that too, but it's just easy to stir it in by hand. So let's clean off our blade, clean off our beater. I know people get upset when cooks use their hands. But really, who cooks and doesn't use their fingers? As long as you've washed them, it's fine. Okay, so our pineapple's in. Let's add our zucchini. And you might wonder, does zucchini have a lot of flavors that really make a difference? Well, it does have some flavor. I wouldn't say it's the most flavorful vegetable out there by any means, but it is
a lot of texture to this.
It is, yes, it is full of water, which lends to the moistness of the bread, and it's got lots of good texture to it. So it's really good in here. It's a great way to use up zucchini. We're just going to stir it in. Make sure we get all the way to the bottom. Get any big lumps of zucchini broken up so we don't have big hunks in our bread. And now I'm going to move back over here, Melissa. And oh, I know what I didn't do. Hang on. Forgot my vanilla. You have to put in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. There's 1. There's 2. I'll stir that in by hand. My goodness, can't forget the vanilla. Ooh, that smells good. All right, now let's move over. I'm using 2 9-inch by 5-inch loaf pans. They have been sprayed with nonstick spray. And these will rise as they bake, so you can't fill them completely full. If you want to use smaller loaf pans, you can certainly do that. We have used, I think it's 8 by 4 inch pans, like disposable pans before, to give to friends and family. And if you do that, it should make 3. You should be able to get 3 loaves if you use the smaller 8 by 4 pans.
I have to adjust the baking time for that.
Yeah, these bigger pans take a little longer. So if you're using the small ones, I would probably start with about 45-50 minutes and then start checking them. If you're using these, I would probably go at least 50 to 60 and then start checking them. These may take closer to an hour and 10 minutes. Honestly, it all depends on your oven. We used to have an electric stove and oven, and I felt like it just took forever to bake anything in it. This gas oven we have now bakes faster, hotter. So it really just depends on your oven. That's why normally when I'm baking something, I say to you, start checking it at such and such time, because you just never know. Somebody's oven might bake hotter or bake at a lower temperature. Even though you've got it set on 350, it may not be exactly 350 now. If I look at those, I can tell that one of them has more than the other. So I'm just going to take a scoop out of there and move it over, because you want them even. If they're not fairly even, one will be done before the other. And then you have to get in and take one out and leave one in longer. And so it's best just to you can eyeball it and just kind of tell if they're pretty close to being even. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, let's go in with these loaf pans. I'm probably going to start around 50-55 minutes, check them, but I suspect they're going to take between 60 and 70 minutes. When we take them out, we will come back and let you look at them and see what they look like. And then when they cool a little bit, we will cut them. You don't want to cut them while they're really hot. They just won't slice up well. You want them to cool some anyway. So we'll be back as soon as they're ready to come out of the oven. We'll see you soon. Our zucchini bread is out of the oven, and it has cooled enough that I took it out of the pans. But I messed up. I have never in my life baked a loaf of pumpkin bread, banana bread, zucchini bread, any bread, without putting parchment paper on the bottom of the loaf pan. Doing that just helps it to come out easier and not tear up. And I just totally forgot. The bread had been in the oven for about 30 minutes when it kind of occurred to me that I had forgotten to put the parchment paper in the bottom. I even had the parchment paper out and forgot to put it in. I did get it out of the pan without too much trouble, but please don't be like me. Put parchment paper in the bottom of your loaf pan. It'll just make your life so much easier when you're trying to take the bread out. The bread is still a little warm, but I'm going to go ahead and try to cut it because we love it while it's warm, especially with a big glass of cold milk. So we are going to try to cut it. Before I do that, I would like to ask you to click the like button. It's the thumbs up right under the video. And if you've not already, click the subscribe button over on this side under the video and the little notification bell beside of it and the word all. By clicking subscribe and the notification bell, that just means YouTube will let you know every time we post a new video. And we certainly would appreciate you being a subscriber to our channel. Also, we would love for you to click the share button and share this to your own social media page so that your friends and family will see our video. Also, remember that right under this video, there's a description box with the title of the dish. And if you click in that box will expand. Melissa always puts the written recipe in that box, so you'll have the recipe written out if you want it. Also, one more thing. I have a zucchini left over. So, I kind of have an idea for what I'm going to do with it. But if you have an idea for me, go to the comments right below this video and let me know what you think I should make with this extra zucchini. It will make about 2 cups of shredded zucchini. So let me know what you think I should make, and maybe I'll change my mind, even though I do have something in mind for it. All right, let's cut a piece of zucchini bread. You know, I don't mind the end. I know a lot of people don't like the end on a loaf of bread, but I don't mind that at all. In fact, I kind of like the crunchy end on it. I think it just tastes really good. So there's our zucchini bread. You can see just little specks of green. Can you pick that up, Melissa?
I can.
Okay. You can see the little specks of green in there. And right here, you can see those little yellow spots. That's the pineapple throughout the bread. So you're going to get little bites of zucchini and little bites of pineapple all the way throughout this bread. Yum. Do you want the first bite, babe?
Sure.
I thought you might top or bottom.
I don't care.
Okay. Give you a bite off the top because it's got that nice crunchy part. Is that too big?
Thank you. That's delicious.
Thanks, baby. I appreciate that.
I think all your stuff's delicious.
I need a glass of milk. All right. Thank you so much for watching our video. We really do appreciate it. And if you've not already, we really would appreciate you subscribing to our channel. Remember, you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day.